Hello everyone, this is episode 2 of Beyond LS. In this episode I have a quick short guide on one of my favorite commands, which is the bat command. So what is the bat command? As the GitHub repository says, it's a cat clone with wings. So basically it's an enhanced version of the cat command that we find in Linux or Unix systems. So the cat command is used to read the contents of the file. So for example, I have a JS file here, and as you can see by typing cat and file, I can see the contents of this file. I also have like a sample Apache web server log file. So it's a long file. Now bat gives you the ability to display the contents of a file, but it automatically detects the language or the type of the format of the file and displays the contents with syntax highlighting. So first we have to install. You can go to the GitHub repository and scroll down to the installation section, and you'll find installation instructions for most of the operating systems out there. I'm on a Mac, so it's pretty easy. I can use either port or brew install. I've used brew install to install bat. So I can say list and then grab cat. You will see I have, sorry, that's bat. So I already have installed my, my bat, which means I can write bat, and let me show you the difference between cat and bat. So I have these files here, I have some JS, JSON, HTML files. So let me use cat with a JSON file. That's like a simple output, but with bat, you will see that we have a nice syntax highlight. It automatically detects that this is a JSON file. It also displays the line numbers. Let me try out a JS file with plain cat, and then so it's really nice. It automatically detects this is a JavaScript file and displays the contents with nice syntax highlighting. Let me also try this with an HTML file. So simple cat and then bat, which is really cool. And another thing that you'll see here in this output is that there's these symbols here. So basically I'm running this code on inside the Git repository. So if I type lsla, you will see that this is a Git repository I initialized, and then I committed, and then I made some changes to the index.html file. So if I run git diff index.html, you will see I removed 2 sections here, and then I added these lines. Now bat automatically detects that this is a Git repository, and also it detects the changes between the committed file and the file that I'm running and doing these edits. So if I run bat index.html, not only does it show this syntax highlight, but it also shows the Git lines that were modified. So this one was removed, there was a line here removed, and some other lines were modified. This is pretty nice because Git integration comes bundled with this bat command. Another thing that we can do is we can find, we can display a list of themes, of syntax highlighting themes. So bat does capital L. Sorry, this will show all the supported languages and formats. So you can see it supports Apache configuration files, all sorts of like computer languages, C, C#, Fortran, HTML. So it has quite a few supported formats. So bat does capital L, and then I think is list themes. This is the one that will show us the available themes. So there's a list of really cool syntax highlighting themes. Let me try one. Let me try the GitHub. So by default it uses the default theme. So if I say, it will show this this format, but I can say theme GitHub, and it will show this with another kind of like theme. Let me try this with a JavaScript file. So file, and then let me try the theme GitHub. So you can pick a theme that looks nice, and maybe it's a little bit more appropriate to your terminal settings. So this is for JavaScript files. I can also use it to display Python files. It supports Python syntax highlighting, which is really cool. And then the Apache log, you can see with Simplecat, it's a long file and it's kind of like unreadable. It's also really difficult to detect or find a specific line where a log entry is in this file. But with bat, it's simple. You have these lines, so you can find easily on which line a specific log entry belongs to. And also you can see that automatically it doesn't just dump the whole contents of the file. It has integrated the pagination option like more. So you can press space and you can use all the options that you have available with more command, and you can like slowly paginate through the contents of this file. So this is like running cat with and piping the output to the more command. So you get to see page by page the contents of the file. But with bat, this is automatic. You don't have to type. You don't have to pipe it to more, and it's really cool because it also show you the this syntax highlighting. The bat command is so cool that I have replaced cat on my system with bat. So I'm let me show you, and then what I have done on my system. So I have replaced cat. I have created an alias for the default cat command, which resides in the bin cat folder. So I've created an alias. So the plain old cat is now cato, short for cat old, and I have replaced cat with bat. So I have this alias cat, which now points to bat. So every time I type cat, it will use the bat by default. And if I want to use the old cat command, I will have to type cato, which I rarely use, by the way. So let me see if I open up a new terminal and I type cat, you will see that it now uses the alias, which points to bat. So this is the output of bat. And if I want to try out the old cat, I just type cato, and but I rarely use the old cat. So this is my two nice shortcuts, these aliases. Let me see what else I have. Another cool thing is that I have these two JS files, file and file.js, which are basically, two JavaScript files that have certain kind of like this modification. So this one kind of like has this extra variable. In the terminal, we can use the diff command to show the differences between two files. So I can say diff file.js and file2.js, and you can see it shows us that these lines here, it shows the lines and the columns where these two files are different. So this is the default output of the diff command. But if I pipe the output to bat, you will see that I can see a much nicer output where all the modifications and the deletions are nicely outputted. So this is really nice. You can use this with a diff command. Let me try two other completely different files. So let's diff the file.json and the file.js. So let's pipe this to bat, and you can see it's a really much nicer output. So that's another cool thing that you can do with bat. Now, last thing before I wrap up is another cool replacement to a cat command, which is called lolcat. This is just for fun. So basically, it displays everything in this rainbow kind of like coloring. You will find the commands for installing this on your Linux and Mac machines. I've already have this installed through Brew. So let me try some commands. So cat with index.html and then lolcat index.html. So it's nice rainbow output. And let's see, I can also use lolcat with multiple files, just like cat and bat. So the contents of these two JS files in my directory are now displayed using this nice rainbow. And let me also do git status, so you can run any command and then pipe it to lolcat. So lolcat, and we'll see the output of the git status command in this nice. So I rarely use lolcat, but this is probably just a fun tool to play with. I hope you like this, and I hope you try both bat and lolcat. Please feel free to comment if you found another use case. Please like and subscribe, and follow my channel to see more episodes on some really cool command line commands. So see you in the next episode. Bye bye.